Pause for room tone. Room tone.
And now yeah, we're just
And pause for
and,
room tone.
And now we are rolling again.
Now we're rolling again. Hey, everyone. Welcome to episode 22, the double deuce of preparing to podcast. For those of you who tuned in wanting the new format, well,
nope.
Yeah, tough.
Nope.
Tough titties.
It didn't happen.
Yep. No,
it
we
didn't
are.
Happen.
We are still coming to you live from Studio Chuck, and we are still preparing to podcast.
We're still preparing.
Yeah, we're going to get there one day.
Well, the great thing about it is that there's an implied premise that we're not prepared.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, it's important because it's true.
It's Always Casual Friday.
It's always
here at Studio Chuck
on Wednesday.
Joining me as always, the lovely and talented and manly voiced Chuck Byrne.
Yeah. Hello, Ted Morris.
I am the other voice that is apparently less.
Did you? We were
manly.
briefly before we managed to finally get rolling. We were briefly discussing tone.
Yes.
As we were adjusting the volume controls on the monitors and in the elaborate studio setup that we have here.
Yes.
And I pointed out that I have what some would refer to as more of a broadcast tone.
Well, you refer to it as a broadcast
tone. Yes, I referred to it. Well, I'm somebody, right? I'm somebody, so I referred to it as a broadcast tone, and I said, whereas your tone is more suited for...
Shrill. Shrill is what...
I said it was more suited for alerts.
Yeah.
Or cautionary noises.
Yes, I took that as shrill. I took it as the insult that it was intended to be.
Don't go near the tank.
Just watch out. That's a live wire, guys.
Exactly. But it's piercing. I mean, it's very effective for those announcements.
Yeah.
You know, mind the gap.
You're not telling me anything my mother didn't tell me years ago.
Although I will say the mind the gap is actually much more soothing than alertful. Watch your step. Yeah, it's mind the gap. It's the mind the gap I always think of as a gentle reminder as opposed to a that's hot.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah,
you'll regret it.
I think I just blew out the mic when I yelled that's hot.
Yeah, so much.
It got quiet instead of loud.
So much for broadcast quality. I do find all the announcements on the tube are very, very soothing.
Well, now that they've gone to Scarlett Johansson ripoffs, right? They're all AI female voices, a lot of them. I miss the old days of the bus driver making the announcements themselves.
I did enjoy it every now and then on the subway before they had the announcements when they were like, maybe blind people need to know where they are.
Yeah.
Every now and then you would get like a fun subway guy who would sing the stops.
Or
he was the best.
Or they'd announce a fun fact about the stop.
Yeah.
Right? Blue or this stuff. Overpriced gifts. That's what do you buy at Young and Bloor in Toronto? Overpriced gifts.
These days, nothing.
I don't think anybody buys anything anymore.
It's a dead zone.
Is it? Well, I know that they built a giant condo building there.
Nordstrom's died.
Nordstrom's never had a chance. They had as much. Target was my favorite. Target came up thinking, "Hey, Canadians are cheap," and apparently not cheap enough.
No, they were done in by poor computers.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that was their whole problem. They had some IT issue.
It was a Y2K issue,
and it just they were not Y2K compliant, and apparently.
A lot of Americans have no idea that our computers actually are metric. Right, so they're completely different, and it's a whole new software.
Yeah.
We've got, of course, in Canada we have a four-prong plug instead of the American 3-prong plug because we like to be grounded, and then we like to make sure we're grounded. We like to double up on the grounding. Right, 2 feet on
first.
2 feet on the ground. That's our electrical policy.
Yeah.
Right, 2 feet on the ground, and if you've ever been struck by lightning, that second foot's going to make the difference.
I don't know struck by lightning?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
either.
You don't. The physics does not. This is not a physics podcast. This is not an electricity podcast.
We gotta get Dave Hemstad back because he's been struck by lightning twice.
Yeah, so he knows all about it.
And he's probably never going to win the lottery.
No.
Right? Because it's about the same odds. Getting struck by lightning twice is about the same odds as winning one of those big Powerball type deals.
Well, all I know is when there's a really bad electrical storm, I go find Dave Hemstad and I stand right next to him because what are the chances that it'll happen thrice?
Well, I think daring the universe to go against the odds is a terrible, terrible idea, right? That's, how do you think you end up with a platypus? That's a dare. That's a dare.
That was
It's a higher level dare than we've ever.
that was just Friday, phoning it in. God's
No.
like, all right, we got one more to do. How about this? Venomous egg-laying mammal.
Exactly.
Like, really? It's like, well, let's stick it in Australia. That's where we put all the experiments.
That's, you know what that is? The platypus is a result of drugged up party sex. That's what that is. Because, you get enough in you, it's late at night, and you get the itch. You'll stick it in anything. Let's be honest. Right?
Are we talking about electricity
Sure,
sockets
we're
again?
back on the four prong.
This is where the fourth prong is.
This is where the fourth prong is. Yeah, I've been looking forward to kind of talking about nothing because of all the terrible things that are going on in the world.
Nothing bad happened in the last week. It was all wonderful.
I will say that America has had enough unbelievable things happen in the last week that they've managed to take the giant terrible thing off of everybody's conversation.
Which the conspiracy theorist in me says was the plan the entire time.
With the White House correspondence?
Yeah, I hate that I'm turning into a conspiracy theorist because I'm like, I just don't believe anything anymore.
I don't think they could, if it was a planned thing, I think they would have planned something more elaborate and it would have come off badly. You know what I mean? Like the January 6th was a planned thing.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out.
Nope.
Right? Like they don't do this well, because the problem is if you want to keep it a secret, how many people does Donald Trump know that could keep a secret? Right? Trump can't keep a secret. Like he always lies about something and then like apologizes that he doesn't want to say the thing and then says the thing that is actually the truth.
Well, the point that the internet made that I really took on board was the Secret Service managed to protect a black man who was president for 8 years. And somehow Donald Trump has assassination attempts happening every 3 months.
That's the thing. There were 8 credible.
Curious.
There was, I think it's 11 credible attempts against Obama. But the thing of it is the people are so angry at Donald Trump that they're not like elaborate planning them. They're like, I'm just going to get a gun and I'm going to run through airport security and fucking get that guy.
I mean, the guy, he rented a room.
Three nights at the Hilton. That's not cheap in Washington, D.C., especially on a prime weekend when the White House Correspondents' Dinner's in town.
I would just like to know if he got points.
If he got points.
Did you get your points?
Well, you would have had to prepay for the room, so he's got the points. Although I don't think his public defender's probably going to accept his points.
I did enjoy just watching the right wing, like online sphere, like get their marching orders. Like, all right, everyone,
Ballroom. I was driving home from a show on Saturday night, and I got in the car. And as I got in the car, they were making the announcement that the program will resume in a few minutes. So, like, it had just gone down. And then there was about, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes or so of I don't know what's going to happen. And Wolf Blitzer was reporting because Wolf Blitzer was out. He's an old guy, right? So he gets through the salad course and he's got to take a slash. And so Wolf Blitzer happened to be in the hallway, right? And he got tackled by the cops. And, it was a good thing. And, Wolf Blitzer's in his late 70s. Great scoop for fucking Blitzer on his way out the door, right? Gets tackled by the cops with the would-be assassin right next to him. And they said there's going to be a press conference from the White House. And with all of this talk of, all of these prediction market things and the special forces guy who's now been arrested for betting on his own mission to Venezuela.
That just sounds like believe that you can do it.
But in that moment, all I thought was, if I had the wherewithal, I'd bet all the money I currently have on the fact that Donald Trump will bring up the ballroom during that press conference. And you didn't have to wait long. He literally got up there, said the cop who got shot is okay. The suspect's been arrested. Thanks very much to the FBI. We really need a ballroom.
Really need a ballroom.
And then everybody's like, well, he did this to get the ballroom. And it's like, no. This is just any circumstance that presents itself,
Use
Trump
it.
will shape it to his agenda.
If it was all planned, I think it was just because somebody got a look at his roast and realized how profoundly unfunny it was. And they're like, you know what? This could be the thing that turns the tide against him. We got any crazies running around with guns?
It's interesting because there's sometimes that I think that Donald Trump has a really good sense of humor.
When are those times?
When he gets a good
When he
line
does his
off.
hair?
Well, no, he gets a good line off. And he knows it's a good line, and they're well timed. He knows how to be in front of a camera and just slam somebody.
Just giggles and poops.
And what gets in the way is his tendency to call a reporter piggy, and like all of his instincts to just be a fucking jerk. They all get in the way. Like I remember he said about Marco Rubio sweating during a debate. He said he looked like he just got out of the pool. And I remember watching the debate and thinking, that's the funniest thing I've seen in a debate in decades.
It's still not that funny, though.
It is. It is. When you picture little Marco in a bathrobe dripping, having just gotten out of the pool, because that's exactly what I pictured at the time.
I would have, I'll combine it with like being in a sauna and there was heat and he shrank, like that would have been fun.
He doesn't have to shrink, right? He's already going to look small because Donald Trump bought him Florsheim shoes. They're 6 sizes too big for him. So he's already going to look like one of the little rascals. Yeah, one of the little amigos. Yeah, little Marco. Anyway, yeah, it was. I don't know. Like he says, they're going to do it in 30 days. I don't know if they're going to do it in 30 days. I like the idea of Donald Trump.
Not. Nothing he says is has any basis in reality.
Well, it's if it's in 30 days, and you apply that to the same metrics of I'm going to release my health care plan in 2 weeks. The 30 days actually means that in 68 years, they will send out the invitations for the rebooked White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Which wouldn't even be happening in the ballroom if there was an official ballroom, because it's not a White House event. It's a private event.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would they be having it in the ballroom?
That the president's invited to. And the only time somebody got shot at that particular event is when, he showed up after I think
after a long absence.
I think it was a five-year gap because none of them in his first term.
No.
And then is this the first one in his?
I believe
term?
so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, they didn't have one last May.
No, I don't know.
They
this
would
was
have
the
had
first
one
one he
last
was going
May.
to.
This is the first one he's going to anyway. Yeah. I guess he figured he finally. Well, I guess at the time before the dinner. I mean, they were scrambling to because he had been answering Iran questions for like the last week on like badly. It's been a bad week for him in terms of answer questions, and he's cratered out in terms of popularity. His popularity is down to like, I don't know, it's like 32% in the nation.
Which is still remarkably high.
Yeah, but it's only because it's in the 80s with Republicans, because Republicans are like, it's the true believers. Right? And
it's
there's
not
true
a sports
believers.
team. You don't have to just support the team. It's
of
not
course
sports.
It's a sport. It is a sports team. They got fucking merch.
So
they got that's what you get in a two-party system, us and them. Right? The great thing about any other system in the whole world is that if your party pisses you off, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm going to the party that is slightly in either direction to the side of it, right? That's, like if you get angry with the Liberals in Canada, you can vote for the Conservatives to stick it to them, or you can vote for the NDP, or you can flush her right down the toilet. You can vote for the People's Party of Canada. You can vote for the Green Party.
Vote for the Greens.
You could just live in Quebec and be like, I just want to say, fuck you, give me mine, and vote for the Bloc Québécois.
Yeah, which boggles my mind that that's allowed to be a party. I don't think you should have a political party whose only aim is like, we don't like this country, and we would like to leave. Well, do you have any other policies? No. No,
well, it's the Quebec First policy.
No.
Yeah, it's the Quebec First Party. And while I admire the idea of fuck all y'all, right? Like just because I don't do that in my life, right? I don't just recklessly say fuck everybody in the country. I'm doing my thing. I kind of see life as a team sport. But I like the idea that somebody's out there, and it should be in our country. It should be the French that are like, no, fuck you. We're doing this our way.
No. We don't think so.
I think but I think our patience with that is a very good barometer to how healthy our democracy is. Because if we didn't have a healthy democracy, we'd tell those French fuckers, how about you just shut up and do what we tell you, because we're paying your goddamn bills anyway, right? That's what we'd do.
Facts.
We'd get hard on them.
Hard facts.
Sur le fact.
Sur le fact.
Sur le fact, mon ami / frère. Because we're family, right? We're family. He's still my French brother. You know, we'll still have a couple of pints and go out for some steamies after the game.
Steamies. For the longest time, I did not know that those were hot dogs, and I just
Really?
thought people in Montreal like to have some fun.
You just thought it was like a steam room hookup?
No, I thought it was like a poo-based sex thing.
A poo-based?
Yeah.
Because it's cold in Montreal, like an outdoor poo thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a big steamer on your chest. You never...
That's the thing.
You never had a fun Saturday night in Montreal?
I wonder if there is a team of people at the Urban Dictionary, in the way that there is at Webster's, who decide every year what is actually the thing and what is just kind of nonsense, right?
I mean, it's not the dictionary's fault that people use words a certain way. They're just writing down what everyone is saying. And that is why we ended up with the definition of literally changing.
Well,
Which made people mad, but I was like, yeah, people are dumb, but that's how they're using it. The dictionary is just writing it down. It's like, well, everyone's saying Riz. All right, Riz is sticking around. We got to stick Riz in the dictionary now.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, all of that,
But literally, they're using it literally wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But we're just going to change it.
The improper use of the word literally is frustratingly annoying.
And I mean, if enough people use it improperly, then... They have no choice.
Yeah, they have no choice.
Language.
That's the great thing. It's empowering for the stupid, right? Because what the stupid people now know is that if we say this thing incorrectly long enough and use it incorrectly long enough, and enough of us are committed to being fucking stupid about it, we can change the world.
I mean, it'll be like the fifth definition or the sixth definition after all the good ones. But
still, it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean,
change the world.
Gay used to be happy, and then it was homosexual, and now it's lame.
Deviant.
It's lame.
Is it lame?
Yeah.
No.
You're like, that's gay. I was never offended when people referred to things as being gay because
you were closeted. So
because I knew it wasn't me.
As long as the finger didn't stop pointing at you.
Fine. It's like, yeah, that lamp. Yeah, go look at that lamp. That's a gay lamp.
That is a gay
Look
lamp.
at that lamp in the corner doing poppers.
Well, it's got fringe, right?
Yeah.
It's got fringe. That's
pretty
obviously a gay lamp. I mean, why else would you put fringe on your lamp unless you wanted to tell everyone in your living room, I'm a bit of a puff?
I'm a bit of a puff, or I really like the country and western 50s stylers.
That's true. I will say that's country and western really rides the line between I'm a real man and I'm a real gay man, right? Like if you see someone completely clad in western gear, it's a toss-up on which parade they're going to. Are they the Stampede or Stampede?
It's like he's got chaps, but he's got chaps, and he's got a mustache, and he's got a mustache, and someone's riding him, and someone's riding him.
You know what you got to do is you got to tell the guy, hey, who's that behind you? And then he turns around. You find out if they're assless chaps or not.
All chaps are assless chaps. Otherwise, they're leather pants. It is redundant to call them assless.
I knew that, but still, I'm glad you pointed it out.
I mean, I think what people mean when they say assless chaps is like you're not wearing anything else.
Yeah, you're not wearing your dungarees.
You're not wearing your little...
Well, what would you be wearing with chaps? Maybe some leather shorts.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hide your thighs, and the idea of wearing leather pants and chaps, bit much for the club scene, right?
It's a bit much.
You're going to be sweaty.
Oh, God. I watched a man completely clad in leather at a big gay party at Pride one year. Just take a boot and just pour sweat into a urinal.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
That's like the latex outfits.
Not my choice.
The latex outfits don't seem appealing. I mean, I enjoy staring at them. It looks neat.
It's so hot.
Right?
They're so hot.
Yeah. Grooves in the soul and all that, right?
Oh, God. You have to be, like, powdered down to get into them. It's not... The juice is not worth the squeeze.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful to look at, and if you want people to be looking at you, you've certainly accomplished your goal.
Yes.
And I will say, regardless of body type, if you're one of them big girls... It's worth the effort, hey? Dip yourself in Mazzola and get yourself into that latex outfit because I'm going to appreciate your effort. Just going to say
There
that.
you go. That was both a compliment and a threat.
Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of one of those fun distractions. Is Trump is putting his face on the American passport, right? So everyone you travel abroad, he's going with you, right? You got a travel buddy now. Donald Trump is your travel buddy.
No.
And you know, of all the things, I think of all the instances over the years where Americans have had to like flush their passports down an airplane toilet so they don't get shot in the face. I hope these passports are made out of a flushable material,
Or at least edible, some sort of.
Yeah, I hope they're
paper?
flammable. Now it's a limited edition, and it's only available in the Washington office, which tells me that the main reason they're doing this is for the news story and the outrage.
Well, yeah, the outrage sells. Although the part that disturbs me the most is every time I see his signature, and I'm like, that just looks like your heart monitor is getting real upset about something. It feels prophetic. It's like it's very sharp and angular.
I don't know. It is.
And you need a defibrillator.
It is a power signature, though, especially for a president, because a president is a part of so many signing ceremonies for things. And usually, like, how long does it take you to sign your name? 2 seconds? Maybe 3?
First I have to remember.
All right, but I can sign my name pretty quick, especially, I've bought a few things that required notarization, right? So I've had to go through some documents where you sign a lot of names. But the one thing I'll give Trump is that every time he signs his name, it's like, what, a minute 45, where everyone's got to sit there and wait while fucking squeak, squawk, squeak, squeak, squawk, squeak.
Spell it out in his head. It's like, my name is Donald, this is how I spell it, D-O-N-A-L-D. That spells Donald. What's my last name again? And then, yeah, it's not pretty.
It's a catchy tune, though.
It is
I can see why he takes his time if he's got that tune in his head.
Yeah.
Why he likes having his name so much.
Yeah, I imagine he's got a lot of fun songs going through his head during the day.
I imagine all I can think that would ever be going through Donald Trump's mind all day would be,
man, I wish someone would pee on me.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
Meow, meow, mix. That's always my go-to. I can't think of anything thing.
That is my go-to song.
Yeah, it's soothing in its way.
Yeah.
And repetitive.
And annoying.
The other
so
one
eventually
I do
you
is the
snap out of it.
Is the Kraft barbecue song to the Beach Boys' Barbaran. That was from a commercial way back in the day, and that was something I used to sing in my head all the time. That's just. I think it might have been the first.
Went to a dance, looked at Barbaran, saw Barbaran trying to get into her pants. That song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bar barbecue. Bar barbecue. Kraft barbecue.
All right, let's go. There was also a butter ad in the 80s. Mellow Yellow. That's how I learned.
Mellow
They
Yellow.
call it Mellow Yellow. Just butter it. Like, okay.
I
Calm down, butter.
The great thing about stuff like that when you're a kid is you're only getting your reference to it, right?
Yeah, no history.
Like as a kid, that was the butter song,
Yes.
right? But to your parents, that was not the butter song.
Yeah, and Pachelbel's Cannon was an ad for a grocery chain in the 80s. I'm like, what a beautiful, soothing song. That was a great French horn section.
Yeah. I used to, my thing used to be listening for the actor's name in the voiceover. You know what I mean? Like the big name actors in North America wouldn't necessarily do on-camera stuff, but they would do voiceover stuff.
And then they would say who they were?
No, but that was the thing is, well, I'm trying to identify them in the voiceover is what I'm trying to say, right? Not that they're going to, I'm Jack Lemmon. Please forget that I said my name. But Jack Lemmon used to do them for Honda, and they all used to do them in Japan, where they wouldn't air in North America, but you can't get away with that.
Those are some of my favorite things to look up on YouTube, just Japanese ads that all these North American actors hope no one would see.
The first person I became aware that was doing that was Schwarzenegger. He was doing like power drink, vitamin ads, and just Schwarzenegger yelling, "Jinkabai!" at a camera, and all these animation things exploding around him. And this was back in like the, Commando Terminator days. Like It was way back in the day, yeah. Because it was considered, de classe to be doing commercials, and now, ironically, everybody in Hollywood is their own brand and is living in a constant state of promoting it.
Yep.
It's weird. The capitalists got us all.
Sure did.
They
Everyone
sure
loves
did.
money.
Sure did. Which reminds me, you can follow the podcast at Preparing to Podcast on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. You can follow Ted here at Dr. Ted Morris. And you can follow me, Chuck Byrne, at Chuck B. Jokes, at Chuck B. Jokes.
Yeah.
For a second
Chuck
there,
has merch.
For a second there, I had no idea what my handle was.
As you're sitting there covered head to toe in your merch.
I made this hat. It's the Jokes with a $sign hat. Jokes for money. Because what? That's the game, playa. That's the game. Jokes for money. That's the game.
Oh, I just read that as joke $sign. Is it supposed to be jokes?
Yeah, it's
All
jokes
right.
for money.
It's
a symbol word mechanism.
You're also wearing a T-shirt that is
a shirt I made. Yeah, it's black. It says you have to tell me if you're a cop. Yeah, this isn't a merch shirt though. This is just a something I made in one afternoon.
No, I should get you to
I bought.
put that on a pair of chaps for me.
Yeah, you have to tell me if you're a cop. Yeah, well, I'll just throw a little pride rainbow on it.
It's fine. Just on the back part of it. I just need to know if they're behind me.
There's an interesting. Are there a lot of gay men with tramp stamps?
Yeah, there's
here
a
we
lot.
go. Here
not
we go.
necessarily. Oh God, there's the lips, which are very popular. Like, it looks like someone
Lips?
kissed you with lips,
Like Rolling Stone lips. Well, except
not
without
as
the tongue.
not as classy.
Just like a
just a mwah,
Yeah.
yeah.
sealed with a kiss type thing.
I would say there's more, and not as much anymore, but definitely those like armbands, like
A tribal Celtic armband.
tribal,
That was a big
or
thing in the 90s.
barbed wire. There's a
Oh,
lot of that
barbed
is still around.
Yeah.
But
It would just seem like if anybody is going to get a rainbow tramp stamp.
it's never a rainbow. It's like this side up, or insert here, or open for business, or there's a lot of, like, I guess people wanted a little giggle from their tops before they penetrate.
To be perfectly honest with you, when I'm about to have sex,
Yeah.
if I'm at the point where I'm seeing the lady's asshole, I don't need to be any further instructions.
You don't need arrows. You don't need someone
If
flagging you in.
If I have been gained visual access to somebody's asshole, I figure, I've gone through every security checkpoint at that point. It's nothing but ballroom at this point. Right? It's nothing but ballroom. I will say that I was a little bit surprised that all you needed to do to almost get into the ballroom
Just run.
was just quick feet.
Yeah.
Quick feet, because he didn't even have to run that far. That's what makes it inspiring for me, right? Because if he had to run like 500 yards, there's all right. Well, there you go. There's the mountain too high to climb. But fortunately, it was like 40 yards maybe. I don't know. You had to get past Wolf Blitzer. That couldn't have been easy.
There's also been a bunch of videos I've been watching. I assume it's happening in Florida, but a bunch of teens are like doing speed runs through Scientology buildings.
Oh, really?
And they're just like opening up and just like seeing how far they can run in before someone stops them. It's glorious. And they did it enough that one day there were all these angry Scientologists just locking arms behind the door to try and block them. And like,
It's a shame is because technically those Scientologists are now doing the job of security, but they're still only getting paid, what is it, 2 cents a year on their billion-year contracts?
well, the guys on the boats, sorry.
The guys
There's
on the
no money.
boats?
Oh, yeah. The Sea Org? Yeah. Those are the
They
ones that-
actually have boats, the Sea Org?
Yeah.
I thought Sea was like an acronym for something.
Yeah, it's
I know didn't it start on a boat, like one of them pirate British radio
He
stations?
did a bunch of stuff. He just threw stuff and saw what stuck, and they're like, all right, they like the boats. I think it had something to do with just avoiding, laws and taxes and arrest and things like that. I don't know. I've consumed
the taxes,
a lot of.
Getting the status from the IRS, which they got not a really long time ago, but a while ago.
Just with threats.
Well, they
We have
applied for
pictures.
it. They applied for it, and then the great thing about fighting the government in America is that if you're well bankrolled, the government will cave.
Yeah.
If you're well bankrolled, because the government's also going to change, and so you can say to the guy who's running against the current government, regardless of who it is, "Hey, I'll give you money if you do my thing," and he's like, "All right, I'd love to be in charge," and so that's why all these terrible things keep happening.
That is how it works.
I like our system. I'm going to vote for the Quebec guy and just fuck the whole thing up. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do, hey? I'm voting for the Bloc. I live in Toronto, and I vote for the Bloc Quebec.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
I was
even allowed
right
to.
in.
I write it in. I write BQ, and I went, I don't care, just as long as he's not named Pierre.
BQ, something French,
Yeah.
accent aigu.
I would like a Jean-Guy or a Guy Jean. Either way, flip it, flop it, so long as he's angry that I'm paying for his new road. Right? That's as long as he's angry at Ontario and Alberta for paying for their new highway system.
How dare we?
I know, right? The nerve.
The Noive.
The nerve. I mean, you
The
look
hubris.
at, and because you look at some of the construction projects that they have done in Montreal, wonderfully successful. Like the
Eventually.
all the highways that they built before Expo, the way they are now, with the chain link fencing bolted onto them to keep them from falling onto the road below. It's a
heritage moment.
Who would have thought that RoboCop was really just a movie about this is what Montreal is going to be like in 1,000 years?
Yeah, and this is why Fred Armisen and I were giving each other a guided tour of Montreal's highways and just making stuff up.
Yeah, you can. That's basically what they did when they designed the highway system. I don't know. How about we just every once in a while throw an exit in from the left side?
Yeah.
Right? It'll keep people changing lanes, right? It'll keep them diving all over the highway, right? Because they're going to be waiting for their exit. They're going to be on that right side of the highway, right? They're going to be looking for it on the right side. And so we should probably not put up too much signage. You only want the sign to be about 300 yards from the exit.
No one likes to pay attention to the signs anyways. I don't know why they bother spending money on stop signs in Montreal because they are
well,
just a suggestion.
They don't spend any money on stop signs, but they spend quite a bit on arrête signs.
Yeah.
And for a brief period of time, they spent a lot of money on arrête stop.
It's too much.
There was bilingual stop signs.
How dare they?
Yeah, and that was right
Get the
when
English off my sign.
it was when the English were still trying to pretend that they existed in Quebec and had any kind of political any kind of political relevance, because there was. I think the main thing is the money was English, and after a while in Quebec, they just didn't care anymore.
They just got tired. They're like, no, we were going to call it Montreal again. We are tired of calling it Montreal. That's not what it is called.
I
hope we get some complaints about my terrible French-Canadian accent.
Oh,
That'll be a nice change from the angry Irish.
Angry Irish.
Oh, stop showing your Irish friends how the internet works. I'm tired of getting their complaints.
Yeah, I was surprised by the level of
sobriety in their comments. Hey, take that, Ireland.
There you go. And just for the record, I am not Irish, but I am of Irish descent.
As am I.
Are you?
Yes, those rapey bastards got around.
You don't seem
again.
as proud
Sorry,
of it
Ireland.
as maybe I am.
No, my lineage becomes a little murky.
Well, yeah. Most Canadian people.
At a certain point.
How long has your family been in Canada?
I am a first generation.
Oh, okay.
Because my dad was born in Newfoundland before Confederation, and my mom was an immigrant.
Oh, okay. So you're brand new.
I'm brand new.
By my standard,
Yeah.
you're brand new, right? Because it's like people like me, and then the
Old
indigenous.
stock Canadians.
I am a fifth generation Vancouverite, a sixth generation Canadian. My kids are seventh generation Canadians. So
Inbred.
if you happen to be a First Nations person or an Indigenous person, I'm sorry on behalf of everyone that I'm related to.
Yeah, it was already like this when I got here. I'm just taking advantage of
Hey,
the
I'll be honest with you.
situation.
If you'd maybe taken the time to put up a fence, it'd still be yours, right? That's all I'm saying. But we got your railroad. We built that railroad out to BC real quick. I mean, not us. We imported a bunch of Chinese fellas to do it for us. That is very dangerous work.
Yes.
It's very
White people are
dangerous
too
work.
delicate to build things.
Well, it gets hot in the summertime.
It's hot. There's
And
bugs.
I'm a little bit scared of the dark, so I just get the Chinese fellow to go into the tunnel with a nitroglycerin instead of me.
Yep.
Yeah, I just get nervous in the dark.
It's so
Right?
nerve-wracking.
And when you're nervous in the dark and you're holding nitroglycerin, bad combo.
Very bad combo.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you got some nervous toots, oof,
Nervous toots.
it's not good.
You know what I found?
Speaking of nervous toots, that was a prompt?
Speaking
Okay.
of nervous toots, is I bought some jelly beans last week, and
Like generic jelly beans,
No.
fancy gourmet jelly beans.
just jelly beans. They were in like a bulk style package of jelly beans.
Okay.
Just standard
School jelly beans?
standard issue old school jelly beans. Ronald Reagan style jelly beans, just regular.
Racist jelly beans.
Yes. Well, no, because the black ones are actually my favorites in this case. So, just in the jelly beans though. The
Not in people, no.
Jujubes, it's a whole different issue.
It's all still licorice.
And people. Oh, I don't really care for any people, but I'm much more of a generous UN style person when it comes to the jelly beans. All of them have their purpose and their meaning. But what I forgot, and which is interesting because this happens to me every single time I eat jelly beans, is I get excited. I see the jelly beans. I buy the jelly beans.
Hop into your white van.
I eat all of the jelly beans.
Okay.
Usually that evening, as I've gotten home, I've eaten the jelly beans.
Fair.
And then I go to sleep very happy that I've eaten jelly beans. And then I wake up 3 hours later with like a really hot, giant liquid shit sitting inside of me.
Okay.
Which I have to race to the bathroom to exit. It all exits. It's not a prolonged system. It's one exit.
This is why they're chaps.
It's a mass. Exactly. Back to our chaps discussion. It's one exit. It's hot. It feels bad. And then I have to sit there kind of recovering from the event. It's like one of those things. Too much energy has left my body, so I need to kind of recharge,
It feels like your body's like, well, we could go down the diabetes road, or we could just get rid of this all at once.
That's the thing is this has happened to me dozens of times in my life.
No.
And I never, not once, have I ever been in the grocery store looking at the jelly beans, and not once has my brain ever thought to remind me, hey, you're going to shit the bed. Or you might shit the bed. Or you're going to come close to shitting the bed.
That's just Big Jelly Bean getting you
I don't
to
know what it
consume
is.
their sweet treats.
But it shows you that we are all... there is no point in fighting your urges or instincts as a human being. Right? Because...
Is that the take of life? You're just going to almost shit the bed anyways.
There is no success. There is only failure, right? What is success? Give it time. It'll become a failure. I promise you, right? Think of Donald Trump.
This feels more like the
Everybody
definition
talks-
of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
No, everybody talks, all these successful people talk about how many times they failed, right? TikTok, you're going to fail again, right? This whole thing's going to collapse in on you.
Where's the success in eating jelly beans? So, like, one of these days you'll just have a beautiful night's sleep and wake up in the morning and be like, oh, man,
No, it's
did
just...
I have jelly
it's
beans
just,
last?
It's proof that I do not have...
Any fiber in your diet?
Or an Asian view on my life, where I'm planning for my life in the future. I'm looking at my feet, and at my feet is a bag of jelly beans, and tomorrow's for tomorrow, and I'm going to live in the now and eat those jelly beans. And my brain is so convinced that the now is good, it's not even going to take the time to remind me, hey, tomorrow.
You're just letting your lizard brain run your life. I like that.
I don't
All
know.
right.
I don't know if I'm letting my lizard. I mean, if I had a lizard, Kennedy's got the worm in his brain. I got the lizard brain. To be honest with you, I'm not sure which one's better.
I did enjoy watching Cheryl Hines run several meters behind her husband as they were clearing out. And in fact, I enjoyed all the wives being like, some of them are being used as human shields, some of them are just ditched. It was just a wonderful.
I think it depends greatly on what number the wife is, right?
None of the wives, none of the women. It was just misogyny in action. It was great. I also enjoyed the women that were like, well, I'm going to take this bottle of wine and this bottle. And then one dude is like, well, I'm not important. I'm just going to keep eating. Which would kind of be my attitude. Let's see who left their purse at their table.
I like the attitude of the guy
caught.
who sat at his table and just sat at his table.
Yeah.
Right? Like he was eating. But what he is he was also, keep in mind, he was sitting in a chair that was facing where the distraction was, that was at the furthest point away from him in the room.
Yeah.
So he would have been able to be an eyewitness to the people getting murdered at the disruption scene, and then had plenty of time to get under his table, right? So I I don't blame
And then
him.
reach back up to grab his plate of food. Like, I might be under here for a while.
I don't blame him for finishing everybody else's salad.
Looks around for the salt.
Well, that's the thing is, I heard Wolf Blitzer reporting from outside, and they had just finished the salad course when he went to take a slash. So that's why the guy was eating. All they'd served at that point was the salad, right? There was no entrees in the room yet. So the guy was probably
starving.
He's probably starving. That's why he's there, right? And also, but when you see the armed attackers coming in, he's probably been to enough of these to know the entrees probably ain't coming.
Or it's going to be cold.
Right? You ever been to a wedding where somebody gets into a screaming argument right off the top? All right, well, they're not going to open the buffet in the middle of this.
Yeah, there's going to be no buffet, or someone's going to shoot my lobster. And just that's
Have you
not
had
gonna
lobster at a wedding?
No.
Okay, because I don't know. I don't like outside of a maritime wedding. That is a fancy ass wedding.
No,
if they're
the
serving
best
lobster.
wedding food I ever had was they had like a nacho bar,
Ooh,
and they would alternate the rooms that had
did they have a
food in
nacho bar?
it. So like a nacho bar,
did
and
they
then there
have
was a
a,
mashed potato bar.
Did they have a ball tent?
No, they had a
bouncy
band. They
castle?
had a balloon guy.
And a balloon. Who was getting married? Was this? Were you at a pedophile wedding or something?
No, it would have been great. It was the hospital manager at the clinic I worked at. It was one of the most fun weddings I've ever gone to.
Was this, was this a
it.
heterosexual marriage?
This was a heterosexual marriage.
Really?
Yeah.
With like a carnival style theme?
With just they're like, yeah, we just want to have fun, and
Fun
our
and
friends are in a
games.
band, so we're gonna have them, and our other friend.
The hippies?
No, no, they were. I guess punk would be the closest thing. I had
Okay,
some great
okay.
like balloon
I always find that.
Wolverine claws at one point.
Oh yeah.
Because it wasn't like gay stuff like animals. It was cool stuff like Wolverine claws. It was yeah, it was one of the most fun weddings. Ever.
That does sound like a fun one.
Yeah. I performed at it.
I've
Did I
been
go
to a
you
couple
perform
of-
at our
I've
wedding? I
been
was
to
like, do I have
couple
to
of
bring a
fancy
gift?
weddings.
I was like, can this be my gift? And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay. Then yes, I will do 20 minutes right after the ceremony.
Oh, I had to do.
It was great. We had a great time.
Have you ever played a wedding that you didn't know the people as a comedian?
No, I always turn it down.
I've been asked a few times. I've only done it
I
once.
always turn it down. They're like, do you want to do
I've
this?
emceed a couple of friends' weddings,
MCing is different.
and
I
but
do a great MC job at a wedding, and I do a great speech.
this was. I mean, whenever as a comedian, if you're getting booked at a wedding, these are people that they have an unlimited source of funds to spend on their wedding, right?
And bad ideas.
Well, that's the thing is they've already bought all ideas that they had or that were good, and then now they're thinking, oh, like I love comedy. How about a comedian? And there isn't anywhere within the wedding timeline where a comedian makes sense.
During
right?
the
Like
pictures.
You can't, well, during the
Entertain your guests
ceremony-
when everyone's fucked off to do the pictures.
Yeah, but then the bride and groom don't get to be there. And
Tough.
and I agree that would be a good time, but that isn't when they book it. For me, they booked it at the beginning of the reception, but the beginning of the reception was like at a club. It was down by the lake shore, and it was beautiful. They had this huge, like it was a big to do. But I was speaking to a room full of people that weren't listening to me, and the bride and groom stood in front of me, and all right, I'll do my 15. I did my 15 minutes, and basically it was a 15-minute long toast to the bride and groom.
Yeah,
is
you
what I
can't
decided to do, because you're not doing material or anything like that, and they were happy with it. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So the check cleared.
Yeah, the last wedding I was asked to perform at was like a lesbian pride wedding. I was like, first of all,
Well,
did you
yeah,
ask
we
them if
need
they wanted a
someone
gay
to bring
man?
some joy.
It's like, why do you? Although the only lesbian wedding I went to was so good, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Dawn Whitwell, Dawn
Yes,
Whitwell?
I know Dawn
Yeah,
Whitwell.
yeah, her wedding was great.
Yeah.
Although Elvira Kurt was co-hosting it, and then I realized afterwards, like, oh, you were trying out a bunch of material on me when I thought we were just hanging out, and you were just testing out your MC stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but I think she was mad because she had to share the time with the drummer from the Bare Naked Ladies. Was the other MC.
Oh yeah.
So it was.
She thought it was a solo gig, and then she showed up
Yeah.
and was issued a partner.
Yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, you don't want gay jokes at a lesbian wedding. I don't know.
No.
I will perform at your wedding if we're friends or if you're a super fan. But just getting a random comedian at your wedding, oh god.
No, if you want me to really, do some
I'm gonna
time.
have to prep. I'm gonna have to find out stuff
Well, that's
about
the
you.
thing.
I'm gonna have to write it.
Is I don't want to play the wedding. I'll play the rehearsal dinner. That's what I'll play.
I will play
Give me
the
the small
bachelorette
intro-
party.
Well,
No, I won't. I've done that by accident. We've all done that by accident. When the bachelorette party comes into the club and you're like, oh no, this is going to be the worst gig.
So it's interesting because I find there's two versions of the bachelorette party at the comedy club. There's they're all covered in penis paraphernalia.
All covered in penises. Yeah.
But they either are or aren't covered in penis paraphernalia. But what's interesting is you can tell sometimes that they're covered in penis paraphernalia, but it's not their thing. You know what I mean? They're doing it for the one of the girls decided,
This would be fun.
This is what we're
Bachelor
gonna
parties
do.
don't do that. I've never seen a bunch of dudes come in with like boob hats or like vagina coats or.
Oh no! The guys at a
Because they get to go to the strippers, I guess.
well, no, but with the guys, the bachelor party at the comedy club is it's like the anti-bachelor party. It's going out to have what is like a dictionary definition good time. We're going to a comedy club, therefore we will laugh. Therefore we had a good time, but we did it without ever having to, like we don't all have to get hammered. We're not. It isn't. And there's no sex involved. We're not going to do anything that is memorable in really any way. It's the bachelor party that your father-in-law comes along.
Yeah, I've never gone to all the bachelor parties I've gone to have been like, oh, let's go to the casino, or one of them was we had a scavenger hunt. This was a heterosexual
I've been to a couple
bachelor
that were
party. And we had a scavenger
poker
hunt.
nights. I've been to a couple poker night bachelor parties. I've been to one that was a proper, 1980s pinky swear, blood oath, we're not going to tell anybody what happened type party.
You're like, how quickly can
But
I get this
usually-
STD test
but
back?
that's the thing is certainly in my experience, usually I get further away from, morality on my own or with one buddy than I do with a large group. I'm the opposite of the group think. You know how you get people together and they get the group think, and that's how January 6th happened, that kind of thing. No. If you get me in a large group of people, I get quieter and more anxious about my behavior, as opposed to just on my own. All right, let's see what weird shit we can get into.
I have no one to answer to.
Yeah. Well, and also no one's gonna question the decisions I'm making. Like, dude, you sure? I don't, because I'm never sure, right? I don't want somebody asking me as I walk into a Cambodian whorehouse, "Are you sure?" Because you're not sure. That's the whole point. That's why you're there.
Do you want to eat this jar of jelly beans? I don't know. They said count them. This is how I'm going to count them.
Tomorrow doesn't exist. Go ahead. Maybe they got jelly beans inside that Cambodian warehouse. Hey, they certainly have some. There'll be beans of some kind.
There'll be beans of some kind.
There'll be beans of some kind. And I don't know why I made it Cambodia, and I don't even know why I made it a whorehouse, but that's what it was. That's just the way
Casual
it is.
racism and just the
not
misogyny
racism.
inherent in the world.
You know what it is?
You love
My
Cambodian?
Instagram algorithm seems
No.
to be on a fishing trip with me.
That's
right?
not what it's doing.
They seem to throw out these things that.
Yeah, you like this?
Yeah, it's like they're.
What about this?
It's like they're testing me because I saw a bunch that were like people motorcycling.
I have no idea how this showed up here.
I got all of these like guys motorcycling around the world. I got a bunch of those.
Oh.
Right, they're just on a trip, and they're in places where, they're on the border between India and Pakistan, and they're in far off, remote places. One guy was in Cambodia, but that's what it was. Is he was talking about going to Cambodia and then going to a whorehouse, for lack of a better phrase.
I think you said I like motorboating, and your phone heard the wrong thing.
Oh, that is my Instagram algorithm affected by what it's hearing around my phone?
I just assume that it's all talking to each other.
Because, that would make more sense then, right?
You're going to get so much jelly bean content now and diarrhea content.
Bring on...
Or just brown jelly beans.
Bring on the diarrhea content.
Yeah, bring on the chaps.
The great thing about Instagram is because they don't let you show anything, any diarrhea content that you're enjoying is implied. So you don't actually have to see the diarrhea. Because I wouldn't be good if I had to see the diarrhea or smell it for that matter.
No.
It's like that 2 girls, 1 cup thing. Someone told me what that was, and therefore I've never watched it.
No, I watched it, and it scarred me for life. Oh, the Giant's going to be mad that we're talking about poo again. It's like, you and Chuck always talk about poo.
Everybody poops, man.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops. We're trying to get some clicks, right?
I just mailed some of my poop. on my way here.
Oh, are you getting one of them tests done?
Yeah,
or
I
you
got
just-
one of those
are
little
you-
colon cancer tests. And
or
also,
is it more of a revenge tactic?
yeah, I like to keep people on their toes.
Yeah. Oh, a Christmas card from Ted.
Oh, Publishers Clearinghouse. I didn't realize that was still a thing.
Is it still a thing?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
It's gone?
No, and a couple of
Did they
people
wrap
who
it
were
up when
waiting.
they killed Ed McMahon?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long after that, but there were a bunch of people who were like, "Where'd my money for life go?" And they're like, "Sorry, we no longer exist. You no longer get your money for life."
I like the idea of the money for life. I like that.
I like the idea of Ed McMahon coming to my house.
Oh, what do you mean? They stopped paying people that were getting like the $50,000 a year for the rest of their lives?
They're like, "Sorry."
I would think that in order to do that, you'd have to like put that money into like an escrow account, and you know what I mean. Like it would be paid. It wouldn't be paid out by the company yearly. As
You
like
mean do something cautious?
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Financially in
saying.
America?
I see what you're saying. Financially responsible. No. I got you there.
No.
I got you there. I'm thinking, like if the money was for my kids, I'd probably want to make sure.
Yeah, some sort of
but
trust fund. Yeah.
They're not as concerned with the contest winners as I am with my children.
No.
Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. That checks. That checks. That checks. It does make sense. Okay, so hang on. Big week. Oh, this is kind of a bit of a Canadian feel because King Charles, our king,
King Charles.
went to America.
Although mentally, I always put Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. That's a breed of
Cavalier?
dog.
A Cavalier King
Cavalier
Charles.
King Charles Spaniel,
Spaniel?
is a breed of dog.
Is that somehow different from a Cocker Spaniel?
Oh, much different. Yeah, a lot more heart disease, a lot less ear infections. Bit of a squishy face. They're very cute,
That's a weird trade-off.
which is why we bred them to die.
Heart disease versus ear
No,
infection.
but I can't hear King Charles
Okay,
without
but hang on.
immediately thinking of those dogs.
Okay, but I want to get into this a little
Okay.
bit. Over the period of, let's say this king dog here is going to live 10 years. Let's just baseline it for 10
Okay.
years. Over those 10 years, how many ear infections is this dog going to get because it's prone to them?
Is a Cocker Spaniel gonna get?
No. Is this King Charles thing?
No, they're fine. Their hearts are gonna take them in. But some Cocker Spaniels have such bad ear infections that we just take their ears away. They're like, no more ears for you.
Really?
Yeah.
You're cutting off the cat's fingers, and you're how do you take a dog's ears away? Do you cut their ears off?
Well, you leave the flap.
You
then
cut their ears out?
You take out all the inside stuff. It's a total ear canal ablation. It's called a
scoop
T
their
cut.
ears out.
Less of a scoop, more of a yank. No, it's I refer them to someone for that.
All right, so with
And
the
then
dogs,
no
you're
ear.
scooping out their ears with a scooper.
No more ear infection.
The cats, you're cutting off their fingers. What else do you take to the vet? Birds? What are you debeaking birds? Just cutting their beaks off?
No, I don't deal with birds. Birds, I knew I didn't want to deal with birds when the first day of the bird class. They're like, okay, so when someone brings in a sick bird, the first thing you have to tell the owner is that the bird might die just by you taking it out of the cage and examining it. I'm like, okay, that's not a good argument for.
When did the lawyers take over the vet business?
They've been there the whole time.
Really? That seems like one of those asterisks that the lawyer jotted down when he reviewed
You
the
just
lesson
have
plan.
to warn people that their bird might die
I don't know.
as you look at it.
Yeah, but I would think outside of like the parrot people, everybody knows their bird's on a clock. The parrot people
I think
are
you
all,
underestimate
those
how
people are
dumb the
writing
pet
their
owning
birds.
public is.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
The number of people who get a
every time I
parrot-
run into like somebody that owns one of those exotic pets, they know all the fucking facts, and they want to make sure that you know them too by the time you get off your fucking
Yeah,
flight.
the number of people who like bring in a parrot and don't know that it's going to live for the next
80 years?
Yeah, 80 years.
Yeah.
Or someone
Your
rushed
grandkids are going to be taking care of this fucking bird.
in some huge parrot one day. They're like, it fell off the balcony. I'm like,
Yeah,
doesn't it have wings?
it does.
Like
But odds are those have been trimmed out.
they
yeah.
trimmed them, but you can still like coast.
Well, you could
It's like-
try anyway. Did it just fall like, a Monty Python sketch?
It fell high enough that it should have been able to coast. And I don't deal with birds anyway. So they're like, you're not going to look at my bird? I'm like, no, dude. It's like, I'm like, no, you can whine as much as you
What
want.
can you do for a bird anyway? All its bones are hollow and
So
shit, right? Like you can't put a cast on a bird.
No.
I mean, the big birds they seem to help, like the eagles and the what are those things that eat the dead animals?
Vultures?
Vultures, yeah. I've seen a few vulture releases. This is my Instagram feed, man.
That's
It's all
what I
over the
call your
place.
post jelly
It's all over
bean
the place.
diarrhea.
It's-
Ooh, and a vulture release wicked vulture release on my toilet last night.
No.
Back to poo.
Back to poo. Back to
So
poo.
this is going to be the changes. This is going to be an entirely poo-based podcast.
Yeah. I don't know if I could maintain that. I don't know. Well,
That's a
I
lot
mean,
to
it
talk
would,
about.
would mean I get to eat more jelly beans. There's an upside.
I feel like I will just, and our listeners will just accept your story. I don't think we need you to act it out. I don't think we require proof.
I don't know. I didn't get into any of the gory details of it.
You did, just by
Really?
sharing the fact that you had
That was an analytical poo story.
analytical
That
poo
was
story.
that was a very, very, for lack of a better word, dry poo story. Because I've got some poo stories. I've
No.
lived a life,
No.
and I'm willing to eat street food, and I will not ask how long something's been out at a buffet.
All right.
Yeah, I'm living on the edge. That's what I'm doing. But anyway, King Charles went to America.
Yes, he did.
And the Queen went and checked out a beehive.
Yeah, Queen Consort.
And I like that title. That's a
Yeah,
good
it sounds slutty.
Yeah, it is. And
It's like you're just here to fuck the king.
yeah, that's
what she's here for.
But that's also your official title. So fucking get on that dick, yo. You know, it's nice to know. It's just, you know, my wife. There was no implied fornication in that title, right? Whereas if she had been Chuck's consort, slappa, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, he did you hear his speech?
No, I read some excerpts.
Okay,
and
but he gave a
people
little
seem to
speech.
like it.
He gave a little
Threw a
bit
little
for
shade.
everybody. He's very good, and his mom used to do that too. Queen Elizabeth, I was a big fan because she would speak always in compliments about everybody, and then there'd be like 2 or 3 sentences of stop killing people in your fucking stadium type of thing. She just laid down, and she wasn't as blunt as that ever.
It depends on how much gin she'd had that day.
I guess so, but she always got her point across. And yeah, he said about he brought up checks on executive power, checks and balances, and just by mentioning that, everyone's like, oh, okay, so you hate him too, right? Like that's one thing. Liberals are so fucking thirsty for someone in power to agree with them. Right, because everybody in power is like, these fucking liberals are a joke, and like, we don't care about the law, we don't care about your rights, we don't we're getting ours, man. I got my own cryptocurrency, I'm printing I'm not even printing dollar bills, I'm printing stacks of fake dollar bills,
Yeah, just ones and zeros,
digital dollars, and so they just don't give a fuck about anything anymore. And then the king shows up to say checks and balances, and the liberals are like, oh.
Finally,
the world is on our side. And it's like, yeah,
wisdom from the monarchy.
Yeah, you might want to look up how much fucking power that guy's got.
I did enjoy his line about said, without America, World War II, we'd all be speaking German, and he's like, well, I'd like to remind you, without us, you'd all be speaking French.
Yeah, it's a nice. Touché,
Charles. But you're assuming that anyone in America knows anything about American history.
Well, only half of them would be speaking French. The other half would be speaking fucking Spanish.
That's true.
English was a late fucking comer. Fortunately, we came with guns.
Yeah.
So
guns and smallpox.
I'll tell you, there's no faster way to clear out the French than with one fucking gun.
One single gun. No. Yeah, it's weird how in North America there was a lot less. Like a lot of the colonial places, like everyone came in and everyone. This is Ron Charles's joke. Everyone went to the Philippines, fucked everyone, and then fucked off. So there was a lot more. There was a lot more mingling at the beginning, whereas I don't know. Everyone tried to keep it in their pants. Too many Puritans. That was the problem.
Well, everybody, they came across in their own.
Boo.
Well, that was the thing, is everybody came across in their own little groups, right? You had all these different little religious groups that kind of started their own thing in America.
And now look what happened.
But plenty of them are still hanging on, right?
Yes.
You got the Quakers, you got the Amish, you got and then there's the business of Christianity in America, which is like all the Baptists and Methodists and the wealth preachers and your Joel Osteens, and your shiny little fucking permed up suits, telling you that Jesus wants you to have a Ferrari.
Jesus wants you to give me money. And it works.
What
And it
I
still
always-
works. And it's always worked.
what I
It's
like-
hilarious.
My favorite Joel Osteen story is that when the hurricane hit, the church was fucking locked up tight.
You're like, nope.
Yeah.
Can we come in?
I
We're
don't
wet.
want,
No.
I don't want no wet homeless people tramping all over the brand new carpet in my mega church.
Wouldn't Jesus have let us in? They're like, not my Jesus.
He wouldn't have let Jesus in either.
No.
Fucking barefoot asshole hanging out with a bunch of fishermen. No
Ugh.
thanks, fella.
Fishermen and whores.
Grab a shower. Pray for some wealth.
Yeah, anoint someone else's feet.
Okay, this is a very good one. It might be our last little distraction.
All right.
Which I like is what I'm enjoying. America's always been kind of a place that you get to laugh at a little bit because they do
Yes.
things that are just inherently ridiculous sometimes.
We used to have a primetime comedy show
But I will say,
entirely based on making fun of America.
Donald Trump really outshines everybody in this department in the getting back at people
Oh,
department.
the pettiness is just
pettiness is
next
remarkable.
level.
Well, Letitia James, right?
Yeah.
James Comey, they were both indicted. Both those indictments were tossed out. And I don't know what's happening with the John Bolton thing. John Bolton got arrested for his book that he published, and then he kind of disappeared for a while, and now he's showing up as a talking head on the news again. So I don't know if they got a continuance from the judge, or I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's been thrown out yet or what. I imagine it'll get thrown out. That mustache will keep you out of prison right there. There's yeah,
it's a good mustache.
yeah, the properly clipped walrus-style mustache. You gotta love them.
Nice soup strainer.
It's just brave to get up and face the world with that on your fucking face, knowing everybody's looking at it, thinking, "What the fuck's wrong with that guy?" Right?
I'm very inspired by Wilford Brimley.
Oh yeah, the OG.
I mean, who hasn't been?
Yeah, who had diabetes?
Diabetes? Just knowing that he was 36 in Cocoon.
But
Just,
they're trying a second attempt on James Comey.
yes.
James Comey has been I don't know if he was technically arrested. He surrendered to authorities. James Comey, former director of the FBI, surrendered to authorities. Why?
Is this your picture of seashells, sir?
Yes. And I mean, on its face, everyone can agree, okay, this is fucking ridiculous, right? It's not a real death threat. 86-47.
I mean, otherwise, the diner I go to, there's constant death threats.
yeah.
86 those eggs. And then all of a sudden, they're shooting the eggs. It's terrible.
But my favorite part of the whole thing is Cash Patel, little Cash, little drinky, locked in
J. Edgar Boozer was my favorite.
Oh, that's a good one, J. Edgar
The other
Boozer.
one I heard was Rum Dog Millionaire.
Rum Dog. That's nice. That is very nice. I just picture him locked in his office drinking those miniature bottles from the airplane.
They look huge in his
Just
hand.
just surrounded by 15 of them, just watching UFC fights while his girlfriend just dances in the corner. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, he's living his best life.
Yes.
Right? He was not on track to become head of FBI before he kissed Donald Trump's ass.
Yeah.
And boom. I mean, same with Pete Hegseth. The one thing I'll give him is nobody can say gibberish in a more assertive, bloodthirsty manner than Pete Hegseth.
Just the confidence of
Yeah.
just a white man sometimes. It's just so wonderful.
I
I
don't-
wish I had it. I sometimes forget I'm a white man. And then I
Yeah.
realize, I'm a gay white man. So I do have white guy privilege. But as soon as people hear my sweet voice,
And we're back to full circle.
it goes
The tone.
down 70%. I have white lady privilege.
Now, can they do, how the ladies get the laser stuff on their vaginas, right? They got to trim it up. They get a little too much roast beef down there, right? And you get the old laser lippage. Can they do that on your voice box, right? Because I know we have a friend who I believe had their voice altered. I don't want to say anybody's name because I might be wrong about this, but do you during transition, do people take drugs to alter their voice?
It's hard. It's hard to feminize masculine vocal cords.
Okay, no, but our concern here is, can we make you sound like a man?
Can you masculinize masculine vocal cords?
Are we just going to have to get you into a cigar and coffee habit or something?
I think you just gotta embrace what I sound like. I don't understand.
All right, we're going to do one more take with less Peter Brady.
All right. Jan.
Marcia Marsha. Oh, there you go.
Marsha.
There you go. Hey, I mean that's got the flannel feel of a very butch lesbian.
I had to pull one of my testicles out in order to get that low. Usually I have them tucked away.
Tucked away for safety.
For safety.
For safety. Yeah, and for overall health. Huh?
And just for the Ken doll crotch look.
The Ken doll crotch look.
Yeah, because I was into Ken, and I was like, well, I guess.
Well, good luck getting into Ken.
What you aim for.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you pop off one of his legs and use the whole hey-o.
So do you have an amputee thing now as a result of that? Is that?
I always had an amputee thing.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing beats a good nub job.
Lots of things.
You ever gotten a nub job?
No.
I don't even know what it is, but I'm fucking loving the sound of nub job.
I love that we have someone that we could ask about it, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I would. If I know who you're talking about,
yes.
And if we have, I would love to have this individual on the show, but unfortunately, mainly to ask all of because I can't imagine what that person's DMs look like.
She has a great joke about hooking up with another amputee and them like taking off all their bits, and they're just like Transformers. Yeah. It was just a wonderful version of the let's go find all our clothes after we hook up. It's like, is this my leg? Is this your leg? Is this my arm? What's going on?
Okay, I'm just I can't imagine the simple Benny Hill style hilarity of two amputees trying to open a condom package.
You need to watch that documentary Crip Camp, which is all about people with polio. And
I love polio.
Right?
Yeah. It's my dream to live in an iron lung. Right? Now that we got Uber Eats, why wouldn't you want to live in an Uber lung? Right?
It's just horny teenagers who.
Yeah, if I had been 13 with no hands, I would have been fucking trees and shit.
And you're like, oh, my elbows are gonna grow hair? What's going on? Is that what's happening?
You'd find a way.
Well, I don't know why any of them like at this camp for handicapped teenagers. I don't know why they were surprised that
otherwise abled Crips.
Everyone in cabin 1 got crabs.
Really?
Like that was, of course they're teenagers, of course, and they're with their peers and people who want to fuck them, and yeah, of course they're gonna get raging STIs.
Yeah, but who's patient? My question is, who's patient zero for the crabs? Right?
Probably the bus driver. One of the bus drivers was a bit creepy.
Oh yeah, see, that's
able-bodied bus driver brought in the crabs.
Yeah, because if you've got sexually transmitted diseases among a young population,
they got there somewhere.
Yeah, there's a creep out there somewhere.
And not even a creep.
There's a dirty syphilitic creep.
There's a perv.
Yeah.
Unless the crabs were handy-capable crabs. In which case, you'd think they'd be easier to treat because they just like trip and fall off your pubes. Would that happen?
But crabs are, I don't know. Do crabs exist outside of the crotch? Like, can you get crabs from like a bed?
From your bed, probably.
Well, yeah, you can get a lot of things.
Apparently,
from my bed.
I don't know why. I'm not a crab expert. I've never had crabs. I've never had anything.
You've never had anything?
No, I had strep throat once.
I don't think. Well, was that a sexually transmitted
I think
disease?
So. I was doing a really good job.
Because I've had strep throat, and it was, to my knowledge, not sexually transmitted.
Pink eye, though.
Pink eye?
If you're getting that close that you can see a woman's asshole, you might be on the road to pink eye.
Yeah, I'll live with pink eye.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got no problem with pink eye.
Yeah, I've never had anything.
Especially if it puts me in proximity to some lady's asshole.
Right?
Right. Not that the asshole's my thing, but the thing is in proximity to the asshole.
It's close.
It's close. It's right next door, right? And if you can get in with the asshole, the vagina's going to be open all day. If the asshole's willing to, even talk to you, the vagina's all yours, right? Because usually the vagina's like, hey, how's it going? The asshole's like, don't even fucking look at me.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Get out of here.
I'll see you in 2 years on your birthday. Right? Because it's a special occasion.
Yeah. I guess we just use the special china every day at my house.
Yeah, what's not special if you use it every day? That's the thing. That's the whole point, is that it isn't special if you use it every day. Like
Oh, it's still special.
I dated a woman that the first time that we had sex, I was offered
Oh, Mormon. You dated
either.
a Mormon girl?
I was offered either like
Oh, take your pick.
take your pick,
Oh.
and like from the get, like first point
You don't
of
get
contact.
both, or was it
where
what do you want to
wanna-
start with? Because if you want to start with like you, I mean, there's definitely one you want to end up with.
Yeah. Well, that's why number one
Some
comes before
order.
number two, right? Did you know that? Yeah, there's a reason why number one comes before number two.
All I know is I wipe front to back because that's what my mom taught me. 'Cause
Yeah, front to back. Yeah, you don't want to end up with a vagina full of shit.
that's the last thing I want.
No.
It's the last thing I need. How do you think I got this voice?
I would agree. I would agree that a
Ugh.
vagina full of shit is probably the worst Christmas gift I could give you. Right?
Fair
That
enough.
is the last thing.
I
you're gonna
have
need.
cleaned a lot of vaginas. They were not on human females. They were all
animal vaginas.
Yeah, and the words that vulva's clean enough to eat off of have come out of my
Yeah,
mouth.
I don't know. I've never cleaned a vagina.
Hey,
to be
Brian,
honest
you
with
like
you, I've shaved a vagina. I don't know how good a job I did. I was pretty excited at the time. It was, yeah,
You did not shave a vagina.
I did.
You shaved around some
Oh,
vulvas.
all right, whatever. If you're gonna get all fucking technical,
Yes,
on
I
me,
am.
I shaved a cooch. Is that better?
That's better.
That's
I will
better.
accept cooch.
All right. I will accept cooch too. By the way, so please mail your cooch to
Send
Chuck
your
Burns,
cooch.
care of Studio Chuck.
To Beaver Hunt at
Well, Beaver Hunt was Hustler Magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Hustler Magazine. Send a Polaroid
I'm
to your
familiar with
send
your.
us a Polaroid to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was people used to actually send Polaroids
Yes.
to them. I don't know how you actually decide whether or not that's a legal thing to do when people are still sending you Polaroids in the mail.
I don't know. I do not understand your culture, but I am familiar with it.
Yeah. Anyway, well, it's been a pleasure.
And on that note,
We actually got through a lot of topics
did
today.
we? I feel like we write stuff down and then just ignore it and talk
No,
about poo.
we got through all of the topics. Now, mainly, we got through the topics as like a first sentence. We brought the topic up and then immediately
Yes.
started talking about poo.
That's how I like to talk about politics.
Exactly. Well, you
A
know, we
thing
got there.
happened.
We got
No
there.
details. No notes.
All right. Well, you know, having a couple of notes, I think, is helping us.
It really eased us in. All right, shall we?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
All
Let's
right,
wrap it
let's
up.
wrap it up.
We already did our promos. We did everything. Big thanks to Kevin McDonald for helping us out on the production end, and thanks to Ted for being here and me for just putting up with it all.
That's right.
Yeah.